òkú Buhari ló láǹdì yẹn o ìgbà tó láǹdì sí Nàìjíríà ẹ jẹ́ sáré fún yín ní gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ ibi tán sin sí bọ́n ṣe sin ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré fún yín ní ọdẹ ìgbà tó dé Nàìjíríà nìyẹn ní Umar Yar'Adua International Airport ní Katsina ẹ ti rí kéèyàn jẹ tó da sínú ara ẹ ní o mo jẹ́ olówó mo jẹ́ kankan kò dá ikú dúró káàkó bá ti lu tó òun lọ́nu ìgbà tó dé Nàìjíríà nìyẹn ṣẹ́ ti rí ìgbà tó fẹ́ máa gbé òkú yẹn bọ̀ wá sí ẹ ti ó ní agbára o ó ní agbára o ó ní agbára o may his gentle soul rest in peace kò sẹ́ni tó kọjá àdánwò kò sẹ́ni tí kò jù lọ gbogbo wa pátá àké fi kú yọ ẹnikẹ́ni kọ́lọ́run ó ṣàánú ló ẹ bá wa fà ní kọ́ńtírì yìí bọ̀ àwọn ò lè fi kú yọ yín ọlọ́run ó bá wa pa àṣìṣe yín rẹ́ so nígbà tí tán gbé débẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo wọn gbé lọ síbi tán ti máa máàcì bí ológun fún president wa current president wa fíṣítì bẹ̀ àwọn náà ṣe condolences wọn sí fún òkú yẹn nígbà tó dé so òkú ìgbà tán wá débi tí tán ti gbẹ́lẹ̀ ibi tán ṣe Buhari sílẹ̀ rí ẹ o former president Nigeria Muhammadu Buhari ẹja wo kíní yẹn dáadáa ẹja wo lọ. ẹja sayere ẹ̀yin náà wò mo jẹ president o mo kọ́lé ńlá o mo ṣe gbá o mo ra mọ́tò tó ju mọ́tò lọ mo lè pàṣẹ kí n ṣe kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ that is the end ibi tó ṣe olórí orílẹ̀-èdè ìgbà kan sí gbogbo ibi tí tó máa gbé last ilẹ̀ ń wò gbọ́rọ́gbọ́ yẹn ẹ ti rí gbogbo ibi tó lórí orílẹ̀-èdè ó sùn lórí gbọ́rọ́gbọ́n tínrín yẹn náà ni gbogbo ilé tó kọ́ kò sí nǹkan kan tó kẹ́ anybody mọ́ ẹ bá mi ṣe fídíò yẹn dáadáa bóyá àwọn kò tiẹ̀ lè kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bóyá àwọn kò tiẹ̀ lè gbọ́n gbogbo mọ́tò ńláńlá tó rà kò sílẹ̀ tó lè gbanú wò yẹn kò sílẹ̀ tó lè gbanú wò ẹjá ṣe dáadáa ẹjá gbáyé ṣe dáadáa ibi tó lórí orílẹ̀-èdè sùn lẹ́ ń wò yìí gbogbo ilé tó kọ́ ń sìn báyìí kò rántí kankan mọ́ gbogbo owó tí tán gádà tán ṣiṣẹ́ all through his life tó fi gádà ọ̀ bóyá wọn kó kan jọ wọn ṣe kan wọn kó kan jọ anywhere tó tiẹ̀ wúlẹ̀ nǹkan ti rí gbogbo owó yẹn sìn wọn rántí kankan mọ́ sí. This is the end ẹ bá mi share fídíò yẹn may his gentle soul rest in peace ó lágbára it's so sad but bàbá náà dàgbà because ẹni tó bá kú àti ètùtù kò ń ṣe òkú ọmọdé ó ti yé yín kò ń ṣe òkú ọmọdé ọlọ́run ó bá wa dẹlẹ̀ fi yàn rẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún fún yín ní àwọn much videos tó ṣẹlẹ̀ níbi òkú yẹn lénìí.
And then we also saw that his wife, the First Lady, was standing so close to the widow of the former president, Aisha Buhari, of course, comforting her, consoling her, and the children, so some of his daughters there. It's a very solemn moment. These are live pictures from Daura. I believe we see a sea of heads, as it were, awaiting the arrival of the body, and the convoy really transporting the body of the former president.
Yeah, it's lots of emotions, playing up there, and anything. We see some people running after a vehicle. We cannot ascertain who is the occupant of the vehicle, but that's the kind of scene one will see, rampant. Will be rampant in that environment where people, well wishers, and all of that. This is not. I think that this is outside of the family compound of the president. So a lot is going on there. We see security vehicles stationed, and quite a lot will be going on there. Remember that this is a man that used to be very popular among these people. So yeah, that appears to be the last picture we saw, appears to be the mosque. So they are getting ready for the body to arrive for the prayer at the mosque. So the body has just arrived in Daura already, and things will move very quickly from now. Everything will move very quickly from now to catch up with time. That's the update we have for you now.
Yes, that's the update. So the body of former President Muhammadu Buhari has just arrived Daura, his hometown, and where he will be interred. Remember, his body is being accompanied by a huge entourage, a huge convoy, of course, led by President Bola Tinubu, who himself received the body on arrival from London, the United Kingdom, where the former president died on Sunday, 13th of July, 2025. We are seeing vehicles driving in. Any moment now, we should see the body being brought forward, and we should have that service, which Lupe Asom reported earlier will be led by the chief imam of the mosque there in Katsina State, in Daura specifically, after which we'll have the party move to the graveside for the interment.
And we see a sea of heads with a convoy which is expected to be that of the president leading the body to where the helipad, of course, will be landing. The president is accompanied by the vice president, accompanied by his wife, Daura Tinubu. Some governors and also security forces are also in this entourage. We're expecting this to be a quick event due to the time for the Islamic rite.
Yes, because we understand this has to take place before sunset. So they're doing all possible to get this done before it's sunset. It's a live coverage of the state funeral for former President Muhammadu Buhari, who served as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, first in his capacity as head of state, and then later as democratically elected President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And we see security operatives guiding the convoys to ensure that it is orderly. Any moment from now, the prayers for the repose of his soul is expected to begin.
Indeed. Live pictures.
I will issue you query. Live pictures from Daura in Katsina State, where former President Muhammadu Buhari would be buried. We understand the advance party has already arrived Daura. This is the residence of, these are live pictures from the residence of the former President Muhammadu Buhari in Daura. There you can see people gathered, awaiting the arrival of the body, so the interment can take place. Already we understand that the grave has been dug, and we see some dignitaries gathered there, awaiting the arrival of the body there for interment. Before that, prayers will be held. Remember, this ceremony is being done in line with Islamic rites because former President Muhammadu Buhari was a practicing Muslim. And of course also as a former Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, both in capacity as head of state and as democratically elected president,
military honors have been accorded him at the airport. We saw the military parade saluting his service, his commitment to the nation. In Abuja studio, before we get there, we can see some people gathered here. Is that that looks like a former governor, Kayode Fayemi. Okay, I'm not too sure, but when we see those pictures again.
It looks like him, the man in white hat looks like him. Well, you know, they will be coming together.
Okay.
I think some prayer is going on there already.
Yeah, that's a former SGF, Boss Mustafa.
Yes.
Wearing black there. Okay.
And it seems also like the former governor of the State.
The state where Kayode Fayemi there. All right. That's the River State, the sole administrator in charge of River State. Yes, and he was the chief of the naval staff when Muhammadu Buhari was president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And these are some of the ministers that worked with President Muhammadu Buhari as president of Nigeria back then. They're all seated here at his residence awaiting the arrival of his body. There we have his Minister of Information and Communications then, Lai Mohammed. All gathered to pay their last respects to the leader. I think that looks like Professor Gambari, who became the secretary to the government of the Federation after.
And we see Lai Mohammed right behind him.
Yes.
Quite a lot of them there. Waiting. You can imagine the kind of thoughts going through their heads and their minds, you know, playing back the conversations and interactions they had with him, you know, during that period when he was the president, particularly for the Boss Mustafa, who was the secretary to the government of the Federation at that time.
Yes, and those on security operatives there are there, you know, waiting for the convoy. The convoy still on its way. The advance party has arrived.
Want to see Buhari ni our former president, former president Muhammadu Buhari. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó kú sí clinic kan ní UK, nígbà ẹ̀yìn àìsàn tí ẹ̀wọ̀n kan tí ń lọ́jọ́ àìsàn yẹn náà ti pẹ́ kọ́ ló ń ṣàánú wa. So it's really so sad, and at the same time kò sẹ́ni tó rí tọ́lọ́jọ́ sí. So according to the analysis, allegedly wọ́n ní bàbá ná at least 6 million every day for his treatment. Ẹ wo àtọ́dún tí Buhari ti lọ gba treatment ní UK. At least on the ọjọ́ tí wọ́n ná kéré jù tí wọ́n ná kéré tán ná £3,000 every blessed day. Ọjọ́ tí wọ́n náwó rárá Yorùbá yẹn nìyẹn. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo owó yẹn náà pẹ̀lú sọ yẹ kí bàbá ó kú. Bọ̀ kò sẹ́ni tó rí tọ́lọ́jọ́ sí. Ẹ̀yin ò kí n fi kú yọ̀yàn because it's general stuff. So ọmọdé lè kú, àgbà lè kú. But it's a privilege for him. Ipa àwọn tiẹ̀ tó lè reach 80 plus. Àbóhùn sàgbàlagbà. Ọlọ́run kàn jẹ́ kọ́jú jìnnà síra wọn. Condolences to all the family, to all the friends, people in power. Ọlọ́run ó dẹ̀ lẹ̀ fi yàn rí. Thank you very much.